So I got a question on my Everesting video asking how much training did I do, what kind of training did I do to be able to succeed at an Everesting. And to be honest, I didn't have any kind of plan. Because to be honest, the Everesting was like a last minute idea. And it just happened that because I packed so much elevation into every ride that I happened to have done in the lead up to the Everesting on Boxing Day, that my body was normalized to the levels of fatigue that I was going to be experiencing. So when people ask me what kind of training did I do, what kind of training should I do, I'd say that you want to pack as much elevation into every ride in the lead up as possible. You want to turn yourself into a hill-seeking missile. Seek out as much elevation as possible. Go out of your way to find hills, because the more hills you do, the easier you're going to be making the Everesting, the more you're going to be normalizing your body to the levels of fatigue, the kind of experience you're going to be having during the Everesting. Because the way that I think about it is like this very hill that I'm cycling up right now. I remember when I started cycling, I hated it. It was such a challenge to get up. There's no way I'd be able to talk and get up it like I am now. And because it was such a challenge, I wanted to do everything I could to make it easy. And to make it easy, all I had to do was keep hitting it. And in the end, I hit it so much. You know, I molded my body into the cyclist that means a hill like this is easy. And it's exactly the same with the Everesting, it's just on a different scale. You want to normalize the experience of an Everesting beforehand. Mold your body into a elevation beast. Such a cool view. Every time. Don't ever get bored of it. So, if I didn't have a plan, if I look back, what kind of training was I doing before the Everesting? And I would say it was a lot of 1 hour rides, 2 to 3 times a week, with around 2,000 foot elevation each time. So that's around 600 meters. 2,000 foot, 2 to 3 times a week is probably like a baseline kind of training that you'll need to do if you want to succeed at an Everesting. And I don't really live in a very hilly area, and it was all about making hills fun, challenging myself. So like with this hill that I've just come up, how it was a challenge in the beginning. Find hills that are hard for you. You know, see them as challenges, so that every single time you go up it, you know there's a purpose for you going up this particular hill. There's a reason. Because when there's a reason, it makes everything so much easier. And it pushes you further. The way that I think about Everesting is the same way I would think about this hill that I've just come up, training to make that easy. It's just all about normalizing the experience, normalizing what it's going to take to make this hill easy. So for me, I knew when I was ready to do an Everesting, when the training, this 2,000 foot in an hour, when that training became easy on a daily basis, that's when I knew that my body was ready, that I had normalized what it's going to take, that I'd molded my body into the person that I needed to be. And then it just meant that nothing was stopping me. And at any time, the clock was ticking for me to do an Everesting. And it just so happened that the best time for me to do that was on Boxing Day, because I was at home and I could film the entire thing. But yeah, just normalize the experience. Do whatever it takes to mold yourself into that person that you need to be. Whatever it takes. If it's a time trial, you need to do prolonged efforts that are going to mimic what that time trial is going to feel like. And if it's an Everesting, then you need to transform yourself into that hill-seeking missile that goes out of its way to find elevation. And then once you do it enough, you're gonna become that person that's ready to do an Everesting. And then nothing's stopping you but just picking your moment. So good luck with whatever challenge you've got lined up for yourself. thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.